Welcome to what I believe is going to be the final segment or the final episode of our CV. So this is episode number 3. Thank you for being with us from episode 1, 2 up to 3. If you've missed 1, 2, they are already on our different platforms, Facebook or YouTube. I'll be sharing the links on our Facebook page and also same as our Facebook page, our Facebook link on the YouTube channel. So please stay tuned as we are going to explain in depth on what is supposed to be under each and every heading on our CV. I was hoping to be able to create a link of my CV which I had made for I'd say for educational purpose, but unfortunately I'm failing to come up with the proper link that everyone can have access to the CV. So what I'm going to do is I will do two things which I believe is going to work for everyone. The first thing is I'll share the channel link for our WhatsApp group where everyone can have access to a downloadable document, and then I'll also do a sort of a screen recording where I'll be doing a video recording on the computer for everyone to see what I mean on the CV, on the New Zealand CV. So we are going to explain each and every heading in depth. So we'll start with personal information. Personal information, that's where you put your name. I prefer to use a font which is a bit bigger. If the whole font of my document is 11, I would prefer to use at least 20, size 20 on my name, so that it will pop out and it will be easy for recruiters or employer to read my name. Then after that, after my name, I'll put my position or my role. So for me, that's a heavy duty diesel mechanic. That's what I'll put on my CV. Then there are 3 things that we are expecting to see on your CV. I would say 4 things actually that I would expect to see on your CV. The first one is professional email, followed by phone number, and with the country code. On phone number, please put your country code, and then LinkedIn profile. But if you don't have the LinkedIn, don't worry. If you want to create one, you can create it, it's fine. And then the last thing is the address. But the address, don't put your full address, because you don't know who is going to receive your CV and what are they going to use the information that is in your CV for. So please don't put your full address. If you are from Harare, Zimbabwe, just put Harare, Zimbabwe. Gweru, Zimbabwe, that's it. If you are from another country, use just name of your location or of your town, and then the name of the country, that's it. Then we move on to objective. Objective is our next subheading on our CV. So on objective, it's just a short statement. This one you have to keep it brief, because this is where you are going to tell the employer the type of position that you are seeking to occupy in their company, right? So this one, just keep it brief and short. So if it was for me, I'll just say to secure a diesel mechanic position where I can apply my technical expertise, diagnostic skills, and practical experience to improve equipment reliability and operational efficiency. That's it. It's enough that way. Don't put a paragraph or what. If it turns out to be too long, let it be 2 lines, 2 sentences. That's it. Then after objective, we are going to have professional summary. Some they call it professional profile, or they call it different names, but I prefer to call it professional summary. So on our professional summary, this is, I would say, your elevator pitch on a paper. So your introduction, who you are, where you're going to tell the employer who you are, your level of experience, and your main areas of expertise, right? So what we are going to do here, as we said, when we say tell the employer who you are, we are not saying say Hepmo Chapungu blah 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 blah. No, you don't have to put your name there. I've seen some people putting their names there. You don't have to put your name there, and you don't have to put your marital status, whatever. No. But what we're expecting to see there, sorry, I'm favoring a little bit more the heavy diesel mechanics, because that's my field, so I understand it more, and I choose to use examples of the things that I have more information or more knowledgeable about. So I'm going to read part where I'm introducing myself to the employer, that the employer will know who am I. So I would say experienced diesel mechanic with over 10 years of hands-on experience in the diagnosis, servicing, maintenance and repair of diesel powered machinery and equipment. Now the employer knows who Hepmo is, because already they know my name, so now they know who this person is. Then after that, the employer now want to know my level of experience. So the level of experience that I'm going to share with them is strong technical knowledge of diesel engines, hydraulics, mechanical systems and preventative maintenance. Right. Now the employer is becoming more interesting to know more about me. So this video is going to be a little bit longer compared to the previous ones, because I'm trying to fill in the flesh on the skeleton that I gave you last time, but I'll try to be more quick as well. So after that, now the employer want to know my main area of expertise and the value that I can bring. So professional summary, this one, please do the best you can on your professional summary, because before the employer read the whole CV or the recruiter read the whole CV, this is the main area that they prefer to read, because they know they are going to find all the information that they are looking for in this area. So don't miss out your number of years, don't miss out your key skills, right? So now I'm going to tell the employer my area of expertise. So experienced in fault finding, breakdown repairs and scheduled servicing while maintaining high standards of safety and workmanship. What I'm going to bring to the employer is a reliable and adaptable technician with a strong interest in new technologies and continuous professional development. Now the employer is now more confident and have all the information that they are looking for. Going down to check on the work experience and the stuff is just to make sure I have the things that I've mentioned, and they just want to see where did I gain this experience from. They now want to know the company that produced this quality. So before you jump onto work experience, we have a subheading there called key skills. On key skills, you put it in two groups. That is technical skills and soft skills or personal skills. You put it the whatever way you want it. But my main focus is on technical skills. Technical skills, these are the skills that you care. If you listen well to the professional summary that I read about, I mentioned those skills, but now I have extracted them out from the professional summary, so that it's easy for someone, if they want to do a marathon reading on my CV, now they will have a clear understanding of the qualities that I care. And also, this is the area where you can tamper around with your CV. If you go on job advert and then you realize, oh, I missed another key skill here that is mentioned on the job advert, and I carry this thing, but I just missed it on my CV. You go and edit there and fit it everywhere that it deserves to be, so that you stand out and you stand a chance to be shortlisted for interviews. So here I put at least 4 technical skills, which is diesel engine diagnostics and repair, hydraulic fault finding and repairs, preventative maintenance and servicing, mechanical fault diagnosis, Don't put changing oils, changing filters, blah blah. Same as on your work history. Please don't put those things like changing oils, changing filters, tightening bolts, or those things. They don't add value to your CV. You are just making it long for no reason. Don't add those things to your CV, please, please, I beg. And then soft skills, we are referring to the personal skills, the skills that you carry, that you don't need to acquire through learning or through experience and stuff. You can acquire them through experience, yes, but mainly these are the, I would say, something that is found in your outside work. So we have teamwork and collaboration, problem solving, communication, time management. The list keeps on going. So it's up to you. You know what you carry and you know the values that you have, then you add that. And then now we jump on to work experience. Work experience is one of the most crucial parts on your CV. Don't list down the duties that you do. I've seen many people just saying housekeeping, changing oils, collecting parts, blah blah blah. No. So what we're expecting here is explain your responsibility. I hope you understand what I mean by saying responsibility. So here, I put here this one. I said identify the root cause of equipment breakdowns and implement effective repairs. Someone will just come and say performing repairs on machines. That's not enough. We want to understand. Make us imagine you working on that machine. We want to read the background of your mind while least holding your CV. We want to understand who you are. What were you doing on that machine? What exactly did you do? Right? Carry out preventative maintenance and scheduled servicing. Someone will say replacing oils, changing filters, changing hydraulic oil filters, changing engine oil filters, to make the list long, but let it sink in your head that you understand what exactly am I saying and what exactly am I supposed to be putting on this section. And then layout, you'll see with my CV, from my CV. So please, if possible, try by all means to join that WhatsApp group and learn and see what I mean by good presentation. Then I don't want to dwell much on this one. Then we'll before we move on work experience. So on work experience, we put it in chronological order. So chronological order, I'm referring to start with the current Kanban going downwards, and the other information that we're expecting to see there is job title, Kanban, location, dates, and responsibilities and achievements if applicable. If you haven't achieved anything, don't bother and don't worry yourself trying to forge things, because remember, this is the most part that the employer will ask you during interview. So if you turn around with this area or with this heading, then you know that you have dig your own grave during interview, because they are going to ask you things that you write down here. But if you can't answer those things, then you will lose the chance. And then now we move on to education and qualifications. This is where you put your qualifications. For me, it's national certificate in diesel mechanics, right? And then you put your college, if applicable. You put Harare Technical College, but I didn't go to Harare, so remember I said this is just for educational purpose. And then after that, you put the year 2010, 2015, 2020, whatever year you acquired your certificate. If you have the genuine card, you put it there as well. So after that, you can put the certifications and licenses. I know most technical people, they know how to operate a forklift, they know how to operate machines, but if you don't have the endorsement or if you don't have the license to operate those things, please leave it out. Don't mention it on your CV. because you don't have the qualification, you don't have the license or the certification for that thing, so leave it outside. And then if you have maybe something like first aid, or maybe you have done the engine training, power shift or power training, hydraulic training, whatever course that you do through your company or any other institution, but if it adds value to the job that you're applying for, please put it there. They want to know the other certificates that you have, so that they know if we hire this person, we don't have to worry about getting him doing some trainings and stuff. Then we have the interest. This section is optional, so if you want to put it, you can put it. If you don't, it's fine to leave it outside. If you realize that your CV has become too long, you can leave it outside, right? And then it's just there to explain your hobbies and stuff. Then the last part, which is the references, you can put available upon request, or you put one or two depending on how many companies you have worked for. But remember, this is not only on this section, you are not only supposed to put your supervisor or your manager or the owner of the company, because some of them you might not be getting along well with them. So you can also put your workmate there, and you mention his position. Then you put, because they just want someone who can confirm your work experience, your skills, and the time that you have spent on that company. So in nutshell, this is all that I wanted to share with you about the CV that is acceptable in the New Zealand industry. There are main options, or there are main types of new CVs that you can use, but this is the most simple CV that you can use. So you tell us in the comment section whether you want it to be on WhatsApp, or you want it to be shared, or you want me to do a screen recording on my computer. Then we know where we are going. But the next video that we are going to be doing is how to upload our CV on Seek Jobs, and how to be professional when reaching out to companies or to employers. Thank you for watching to the end. See you on the next video. Don't forget to like our videos, don't forget to comment and share with your friends. Thank you.